Have you ever wondered exactly how many anvils you can survive? Have you ever just woken up and been like, I want to get hit by a bunch of anvils today and see if I can survive? No? Just me? Well, anyway, if you clicked on this video, you're about to get the answer, so stay tuned. I don't care if you ever asked the question before. Alright, so first off, the rules of this challenge. There are very few, but basically the goal is survive as best you can. As long as you don't get a death screen, you're alright. There are a couple banned things, though. Totems of Undying are banned because you could just have a whole inventory full of them and just never die. Armor is allowed, potions, stuff like that is perfectly allowed, beacons, etc. You're not allowed to directly heal yourself, though. An enchanted golden apple, you can eat it beforehand in order to get the absorption, but you are not allowed to eat one in the middle of dying just to heal, because, well, then nothing. If you're just chugging notch apples, you'll never die, like, regardless of anything. And also, lastly, the anvils need to fall from the height at which they deal the most damage. And for those of you who do not know, anvils do have a damage cap. And you see here, I've built this little mechanism. It's just a soul sand bubble elevator for the sake of instantly sending up redstone signals to observers. I tested out a bunch of heights, I tested a bunch below here as well, and I eventually found an answer that surprised me. The anvil only has to fall 20 blocks in order to reach its terminal velocity. It only has to fall from there 20 blocks to reach its maximum damage. It will never deal more helmet damage, more damage to the helmet, or more physical damage to the player than it does when it's fallen 20 blocks. That is 20 full air blocks between the anvil and the player. The player's feet, that is. It could be 20 and a half in this situation because I was standing here, but I'm pretty sure it rounds up, sort of. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. Just go 21 or 22 if you want to be safe. Secondly, no cheating. Every single anvil has to connect. And this is something I see quite a lot when people talk about anvils. They just stack the anvils on top of each other like this. This will do nothing. Only 2 of these anvils will actually deal damage, because the player, when they get hit, have a brief moment of invincibility. Like, you can't take damage for a brief moment after being hit. This is all being changed in the combat snapshots, so if the combat update ever comes out and it changes this, I'll make a new video, but, like, let's be real, the combat update isn't coming out for like another 3 years probably. And I figured out the best way to bypass this thing, this damage thing. Simply put 3 sand blocks in between the anvils, because they fall under the same conditions anvils will, and they're a lot cheaper than anvils. And you can also use gravel if you need to, because obviously gravel is renewable without exploits, so I guess some people might prefer that. But yeah, just put sand in between them, and this is the metric by which I'm going to be measuring how many anvils. This is 3 anvils. If I were to put anvils in between them, I would still count it as 3 anvils because only 3 of them are colliding. So let's start off with some basic numbers. 3 anvils, again, we're back to 3 anvils, sorry about that, is all it takes to kill a player in full netherite armor with protection 4. That's not a joke. If I have a shovel here in order to activate the thing. That's 3 anvils up there. I'm gonna clear my effects. If I set myself to survival mode and I just mine this out. 1, 2, 3. I'm dead. Completely and utterly dead. So yeah, that's all it takes to kill a player in full netherite. 3 anvils. And these YouTubers over here have you thinking that it takes like 20. No, it doesn't. Why did I try to fly in survival mode? So it's actually very easy to kill a player in full netherite. It just takes 3 little old anvils. Yes, what you saw there was real. A notch apple only took 7 anvils to take down. And that is, you can survive 6 anvils with the notch apple. So that's our answer. That's the most anvils you can survive. I'm joking, it gets much worse from here. And also, correction to what I said earlier, you can only survive 2 anvils with netherite. It takes 3 anvils to kill you. I thought I forgot what the title was for a second. So yeah, 7 anvils with full damage will kill a player who has just eaten a notch apple. Notch apple gives you absorption 4, regen 2, and resistance 1. But we can do better than that, because resistance 2 is a thing, and you can get it from beacons. So I'm not going to make a full-powered beacon right now, but I'm just going to give myself resistance 2, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so 9 anvils is how much it takes to kill someone who's just eaten a notch apple and has resistance 2. I had resistance 2 in that clip, and it was 9 anvils exactly that killed me. So that answers that, but where do we go from here? JK, that's the end of the video. I'm lying again. Sorry about that, but this potion. Don't know if anyone saw this in my inventory earlier, but this potion drives me insane. And this potion took up like 3 hours of my life. Just because of this potion. What is this potion, you ask? I'm sure most of you have never crafted this potion in your life. This is a potion of Turtle Master. You get it by brewing a turtle helmet into an awkward potion. And if you upgrade it, it'll give you resistance 4, in addition to slowness 6. It's the slowness 6 that makes most people never use this. I enjoy using this in PvP as a sort of a trump card, which is whenever I'm going in, especially if it's against like multiple people, I would do this, is I would just drink this, have a milk bucket in my inventory, and just be ready to fight. So yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. This potion gives you resistance 4, which adds a whole nother layer of issues, because we're already assuming that you have regen 2. You get regen 2 the entire time, because you can also get that from other potions. I'm just going to be using commands to give it to myself permanently, and because of the resistance 4, you would think, oh, that's no big deal. We already did resistance 2, just do resistance 4. But now you get the regen from... Well, you just get regen 2, and since you can survive longer, the regen actually starts to have an effect. The regen from the notch apple hasn't really been that relevant. It's just not been doing that much, because you don't have that much time between like anything to regen. You regen maybe a heart or 2 in the entire time before you get killed. But the Turtle Master potion makes it so that the regen works better, so it's sort of like a double whammy there. And also, this is when armor breaking starts to come into effect, because surviving this long means that eventually your helmet specifically is going to break. And that's why I have all these bottles of enchanting in my inventory. The easiest thing I can think of to do would just be throw a bunch of bottles of enchanting out there. Sorry about the lag. They'll eventually make their way to me. The helmet has mending on it and all that good stuff. Bada bing, bada boom, bada blammo. So that's that solved. I didn't want to do that every single time I had to test this, so I just used command to make the helmet completely unbreakable. But with Unbreaking 3 and Mending, I tested this. This works just fine, and that's a lot of experience orbs. Wow, okay. Sorry about that, everyone. But yeah, now is where the fun begins. How many anvils can you survive? Well, what you just saw there was probably a clip of me getting hit by 29 anvils. 29 anvils and surviving. I don't know of any other way to survive better. Anvils are not projectiles, so projectile protection will not help you any better than any other form of regular protection. In fact, I think only regular protection will be helpful. So, yeah, 29 max damage anvils is what it took. Or no, 30 is what it took to kill me. I actually, it seems the regen is either random or a bit different based on timing. So sometimes you might die to 29 anvils, but we're giving good old whatever his name is called. We'll call him Steve. Yeah, sure, Steve. If Steve wants to get hit by 29 anvils, it's completely possible. Yeah, that's about it. Turtle Master Potion equals OP. Start using it in PvP, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. It's my goal, my New Year's resolution for 2022 is to get monetized. It sounds like a really dumb New Year's resolution, but you can help by subscribing, and you've already helped so much by watching the video. Goodbye.